Right, you lot. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing Hull versus West Ham, but not as a preview, not as almost an expectation, but really looking at what can West Ham get from this fixture. The system. Now, with the system, we played 3-4-3 against Arsenal. It was successful. There's no doubt about it. You had Rice and Souček, the ability to sit deep and the ability to push up into Arsenal's third. Made it difficult for them with their two midfielders. Masuaku and Fredericks offered natural width, and they were willing to get past players and deliver into the box, which gave us another element. And it also gave more service to the likes of Antonio, Jared Bowen, even Fornals, albeit he wasn't really prominent within the game. Now, I'm not sure whether that is a long-term tactic from David Moyes, whether it's something that he's going to employ in Premier League games going forward. A lot of it, in my eyes, hinges on this James Tarkowski deal. We'll bring in the centre-back because I think he's going to look at playing three at the back. I'd look for him to obviously play that over Creswell. For me, if he's going to do that, and that's what he wants to do, and clearly it's a more successful system than he plays with the 4-3-3, then he needs to maintain that against Hull, irrespective of who's playing, because West Ham need a level of continuity, they need to believe in the system, and it works for our players' strengths, and it hides our weaknesses. That's why it's crucial, that's why it's very good. So that brings me on to my second point, which is introduce youth players. Odubeka didn't get his chance against Charlton because of an injury. I'd like to see him introduced if he's fit. Zhu should play, in my opinion. Connor Coventry, Longello maybe. If we're looking at a wing-back position, I think he's perfect on that left-hand side. We need to start bringing these players through a little bit. And I know there's a lot of needle on social media about, well, you know, we're bringing these players through to go on and sell them. Listen, that might be the case currently, but I think we need to have another look at our youth team players. A lot of them, the likes of Coventry, they've already played at League One level. A few have gone out on loan. There are a few that are coming through now. I think you've got Louis Watson, you've got Longello, players that we haven't actually seen in that sort of league football sphere. So I'd like to see them start. I'd like to see them have a go at Hull, because I think, albeit Hull are doing well in League One at the moment, I think they've got real quality about them. And I think we have to see them in a fixture where there isn't that pressure on them that there is in the Premier League. I don't think a lot of these players, and there are even more creative players, I could mention Alfie Lewis, I could mention Bernardo Rosa, players like that could play, that are talented players, that I don't think will get a chance in the West Ham squad this season. But there are the likes of Zhu, Odubeka, Longello that could be called up because West Ham may have injuries in certain areas. We don't have the squad depth at left back really. If you push Masuaku to a wing back as well, that doesn't really exist. Up front, we've only got Alera and Antonio as our only two real strikers. So we have to bring these guys through, and we have to, you know, give them a platform to showcase their ability. And you'd hope that we'd start to see him in and around the squad. And the final point really is bringing Alera and Anderson into the fold again. For me, it was a massive mistake to bring them on so late against Arsenal. They could have changed the game. They could have nicked a goal. I think Alera did brilliantly against Charlton, and albeit it was only against Charlton, he benefited massively from that wing-back system with crosses into the box. And for him not to have the opportunity on Saturday to showcase his ability, but we know he's got in the air, the link-up play as well. Particularly when you see Bowen and Fornals coming quite central and working with Antonio, I think Alera would thrive in that system. So I do think he has to play against Hull. He has to get a run out for me. Felipe is another one. He did well against Charlton with Masuaku behind him, and that was with a 4 at the back. I think Anderson could play off the left-hand side of an Alera. Because of his pace, because he can cut in, he's dangerous. Listen, let's be honest, it is just Hull City. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, they could cause a shock, and we've seen it before, but ultimately, these players are more than good enough. And I think if Moyes is unwilling to play them, they need to get minutes. You know, we don't know, an injury could come up, anything could happen. West Ham need these players. And I'd like to see him go out there and showcase their ability. Alera to nick a few goals, you know, Anderson to get an assist, and really show Moyes up and say, listen, we want to play in the first team. We deserve to play in the first team. And it's a shame because I think they could have added something on Saturday. But again, the gauntlet's down again for them to go and prove themselves. Those are my 3 points. To be honest, for me, I'm not too fussed. I don't think West Ham have the staying power to go far in this competition. Doesn't look like Moyes is really interested in it, if I'm honest. So again, this is about laying that blueprint for the following season, giving a platform for the youth players to showcase their ability, getting Alera and Anderson to pick up some minutes and consistency, and to use the wing-back system. And if he uses that and we push on, we could look to improve in the Premier League, and we've seen it before. You know, when Moyes gets that system and the players that he wants within it, and sort of maintains that level of continuity, the players begin to improve. So, irrespective, I want to see that level of consistency. But that was what I would like to see from this fixture. Make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe. You can share it if you like. But until next time, take care.